Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, and as promised, I am here for my 2-round 2018 NFL mock draft. That is right, 2 rounds, not 3, because I don't feel like doing 3, and definitely not 7, because who the hell has time for that? So there haven't been too many changes since Thursday, that mock draft I put out Thursday night. So the same top 2, and us having Josh Allen going number 1 and Sam Darnold going number 2, but I made a change at number 3, Baker Mayfield now going to the New York Jets. I'm still not quite sure who they're going to take. Do they prefer Baker Mayfield? Do they prefer Josh Rosen? If this is the way the board shakes out, right? If Josh Rosen goes number 2, Sam Darnold goes number 1, perhaps they take Josh Allen, perhaps they take Baker Mayfield anyway, perhaps they're Josh Rosen fans. It's hard to tell, but we're gonna find out as this process continues. But in this mock, I have them taking Baker Mayfield over Josh Rosen. Again, it depends who they prefer, who Mike McCagnon in that front office prefers, but either way, they're definitely going to be taking a quarterback. That is why they moved up from the 6th position in this 2018 NFL draft to the 3rd. A quarterback will be taken, but the question still remains, whom will that quarterback be? Number 5, I made a change at number 5. The Denver Broncos now select a quarterback. They now select Josh Rosen, and I still actually don't think they're actually going to do this, and today they released their running back CJ Anderson, and that leads me to believe that if Saquon Barkley is available at their number 5 pick this year, they could be taking Saquon Barkley, but I want to have that being available in this mock draft. So I have them taking Josh Rosen, who I do believe John Elway would probably relate to, would probably understand. John Elway came from a similar background, and he can see a lot of things that he likes in Josh Rosen. That could be a good fit there. But again, the Broncos dedicated $27 million guaranteed to Case Keenum over the next 2 years. That leads me to believe that they're probably not going to take a quarterback with this number 5 overall pick. But again, we will see as this process continues. It would not shock me at all, and that's why I mocked it in this mock draft. So I struggled a bit with the Colts. I mean, I have them taking Bradley Chubb as the obvious choice, but again, I wonder, would they prefer to take Quenton Nelson? Because a lot of people believe Quenton Nelson is the superior prospect, and I would agree in theory. I think Quenton Nelson will be a better guard than Bradley Chubb will be, edge rusher, but I do value edge rushers over guards, right? Edge rushers, those are the guys that make plays on the quarterbacks. We saw in the Super Bowl how valuable it is to have an edge rusher come off the edge, get a forced fumble, and win you a football game. When was the last time an offensive guard won a football game, right? I mean, they're very important players, very integral players, but they don't win football games on their own. So I would prefer the outside linebacker here. That's why I have Bradley Chubb going to the Indianapolis Colts. But as we know, the Colts have had problems protecting Andrew Luck, so it would make sense for me to them to select Quenton Nelson instead of Bradley Chubb. But for this mock, I had them taking Bradley Chubb instead of Quenton Nelson, and the Bucs take Quenton Nelson instead of Minkah Fitzpatrick for this mock, because again, I think they'd like to select an offensive lineman. I think they'd like to help protect Jameis Winston a little bit more, and he suffered an injury this season, and he's a pocket quarterback, right? He can move around, he will move around, but he's a pocket quarterback. Let's get him another guard to help protect him. From there, the Bears take Minkah Fitzpatrick, the 49ers take Tremaine Edmunds, and the Raiders take Denzel Ward. So that's the top 10. Outside of the top 10, not too much. It was really interesting to me. I had Lamar Jackson going to the Buffalo Bills. I figured, why not? Again, I'm not sure who's really going to buy into Lamar Jackson, but I'm sure someone will. Someone's going to see his skill set and say, man, we're going to use this guy. We're going to use his legs. We're going to use his ability. And again, I don't want it to seem like I'm completely sour on Lamar Jackson. This guy is going to come in and make plays. Look, I have a very interesting relationship with Deshaun Watson. I trashed Deshaun Watson before last season. I thought his tape was bad, and I wasn't alone on that assessment. His tape was bad, but he came in, he played well, and I like Lamar Jackson's tape better than Deshaun Watson's tape, and we can all agree Lamar Jackson is a way better athlete. Lamar Jackson is a guy that in the open field can not only make guys miss, but he's going to be one of the fastest guys on the football field at any given time. He didn't run his 40-yard dash at his pro day or at the combine, but it would have been a 4.4, potentially a 4.3. So this is a home run hitter who can also make people miss, whereas Deshaun Watson doesn't really make too many people miss. He just runs straight line. Marcus Mariota, guy in the NFL, runs straight line. This is a make you miss type of quarterback who can also run straight line and just make crazy plays. So, hey, my thing is, Are you going to be okay with him potentially getting hurt? Because I just don't see him being a quarterback in the NFL in 10 years. I just don't see that being the case. But I think you're going to get a hell of a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years out of him. And you're going to be looking back upon those years maybe with the Super Bowl. Because with this running ability that he possesses, there will be plays that will be made, people. But also, I'm really worried about his ability to learn an NFL offense. A Wonderlic of 13 that's borderline illiterate. Look, do you want your quarterback to be borderline illiterate? I mean, that is also concerning. So you just got to get him on the football field and tell him to make plays. The minute you tell him to run a spider 2-wide banana, you're in trouble. Okay, we move on from that. These Dallas Cowboys, I not have them taking a wide receiver in Courtland Sutton. I don't care who they prefer, whether it be Courtland Sutton or DJ Moore or Christian Kirk, who they could take. I mean, I know this guy's being projected as a second rounder, but Christian Kirk to me is pretty damn good. In fact, I think he is my number 2 wide receiver. I don't know why people aren't talking about Christian Kirk anymore. I think they just got Christian Kirk fatigue. I think he's good. But now they need a wide receiver to me. Look, you signed Allen Hurns in free agency. You still have Cole Beasley. You still have Terrence Williams. Sorry, don't like your wide receiver core. I think you can do better than that. And I think you can give Dak Prescott some better weapons than that. Dez Bryant to me was pretty much done anyway. I'm going to discuss him in a video later tonight, so look out for that. But now it's time to upgrade this wide receiver core again to me, because I'm not a big Terrence Williams fan. Like, he's okay. He can move the chains, but he's too inconsistent for me. Cole Beasley's pretty consistent. Allen Hurns is good. There's no number 1 there. Allen Hurns is not a number 1. Cole Beasley is not a number 1. And Terrence Williams is definitely not a number 1. Courtland Sutton could be that. Christian Kirk could be that. DJ Moore could be that. Take a wide receiver at 19. That is moved to me for the Dallas Cowboys, because your defense, although you look at it, it's not great. It's improving. It's young. We invested in the defense last year in the draft. It's going to continue to improve, continue to mold over time. I'm okay with the defense. The offense could use a little work right now, especially in the passing game. Again, I like Dak Prescott. I think he gets a bad rap for last season. I thought he did well. Let's get him to being an elite quarterback. Let's get him over that 4,000-yard passing mark, and taking a guy like Courtland Sutton could lead us in that direction. From there, we move on to the Patriots. Let's talk about the Patriots. So Patriots, hey, I have them taking offensive tackle Connor Williams. He would be their new left tackle. They need to take a tackle. They lost Nate Solder in free agency. I can't believe they let him go. I guess he wanted too much money for them. You know how New England works. If you want any sort of money whatsoever, goodbye, right? Unless if your name is Tom Brady, who doesn't request much, or Devin McCourty, who for some reason they love to pay, we're not paying you. I don't get it, but that's the case. Okay, fine. So I have them taking Connor Williams, and also they're taking cornerback Josh Jackson after they lost Malcolm Butler in free agency. So this will replace 2 guys that they lost in free agency. But the problem is, if you're the Patriots and you're a Patriots fan, you're going the wrong direction, right? You lost 2 veterans in free agency. A guy, Nate Solder, who's been around for a while, has been a good and consistent left tackle for you. And Malcolm Butler, who, yes, he was benched in the Super Bowl. Past 2-3 years, he's been a good cornerback for you. So you lost him, and you're going to replace those guys with rookies. Now, I like Josh Jackson, and I'm okay with Connor Williams. They're probably not going to be as good as Nate Solder and Malcolm Butler year 1, maybe ever. So you're going the wrong direction there. That has to concern you for your Patriots fan, because now I'm looking at the Steelers, and I think they're catching up. I'm looking at the Titans, and I think they're catching up. I'm sorry, no, I'm a Titans fan. I think they're catching up. I'm looking at the Chargers, and I think that they're catching up, and replacing these veterans with rookies concerns me if I'm a New England Patriots fan. And the Jacksonville Jaguars as well, they are catching up, and some will believe the Houston Texans. I'll lead you to believe that. All right, so with that said, second round, anything significant in the second round? Not really to me. Look, I don't think this draft is particularly strong. You know, I'm really going into my in-depth analysis now. I'm late. I'm sorry. Go tell your mama. Okay, I was late this year. I don't think this draft is particularly strong. I don't think there's too many Pro Bowlers that's going to come out of this second round. I don't see it. I think there's decent picks to be made here. But the most significant things, how about this? There's guys going to the Giants at number 34, right? He would be their new franchise running back. I have Mason Rudolph, the quarterback out of Oklahoma State, being drafted by the New England Patriots. He would be Tom Brady's new heir apparent, pretty much like his 3rd or 4th heir apparent now. We had Jacoby Brissett. We had that clown Ryan Mallett. We even had Jimmy Garoppolo, of course, and then now we have Mason Rudolph, right? This will be his 4th heir apparent, and yet he continues to survive. He continues to thrive at the quarterback position in the NFL. I don't get it. He's 40. The end has to be coming, right? I don't know. Maybe he made some deal with the devil. I don't know. He continues to play, but until he's done, right? And now I have Mason Rudolph on the bench, right? So that's my philosophy there. Last really significant thing to me, Arden Key. I have Arden Key being drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. This was a guy that was being projected to be a top 3 pick before this year, now falls all the way down to number 50. And of course, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and the Dallas Cowboys front office is there to take a troubled soul. And he could end up being an absolute beast for them. This will be a risk that I will be fine with the Cowboys taking. I was not fully down with the Randy Gregory risk. I was not down with other risks that they've taken in the past. And thank God they avoided Johnny Manziel. But this would be a risk that I'd actually be down for. I think Arden Key could end up being really special. And again, because I don't look at this draft in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round being shocked by the talent. If you can get a guy that has a raw talent that Arden Key has, now you have me interested. Let's take this guy because this guy could certainly be an absolute gem in this kind of draft. So there you go. That is my 2-round 2018 NFL mock draft. I will be back next week for another 2-round 2018 NFL mock draft. And I'm considering, depending on how much time I have, releasing a what every team should do mock draft probably this week, right? It'll probably be released this weekend. So look out for that. I'm very busy this week, but I'll see if I can get that done for you all. Until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment. I'm out. See you all later.